This week is chock full of market news and new waitlist alerts. We're going to dive into all of that within this episode for sure. And should we be expecting the unexpected from Hot Toys this May 4th week? And besides May 4th, for all the IPs that Hot Toys right now is licensed for, how long have you been watching 6-Scale Cantina? Let's go ahead and dive into all of this right now. All right, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6-Scale Cantina. And just in case you don't know just who I am the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington, about to serve up all the 6-Scale Hot Toys talk. So please go ahead and smash that like button. I so do very much appreciate your support. And hey, while you're at it, please also subscribe to the Cantina. Again, thank you so much for your support. Let's dive right into it. Expect the unexpected from Hot Toys. From what happened last year during 2022, I say yes. Buckle up. Buckle up, my friends. It's going to be a crazy year, announcement-wise, when it comes for everything Hot Toys. I'm telling you, goodness gracious, I've heard some things from the Hot Toys wizard. Let's get right into all of this. How is the market? The economy is not great. So many things have risen. And, I mean, just risen so high inflation-wise. The price of eggs, forget about it, baby. Go try and buy a dozen eggs. Go try and buy some delicious half and half or creamer for your coffee. Go ahead and try to buy any of the essentials right now. And it's just very hard. Why? Because a lot of people's respective incomes have not increased to the rate of the inflation. And you're seeing it when it comes to people and things that require expendable income and people's amount of expendable income that they have, particularly when you want to go ahead and look at collecting, like collectors. Look at here, my friends. So this is an awesome figure. Captain America from Endgame. We all know how epic it was at Endgame with Cap. We all know the ending. $196.50. A lot of bids. 28 bids. And an outstanding seller, I think we all know at this point, Ray at Hawk Wars Toys. And if you don't, he's a great seller. I've bought from him, and I buy from him quite frequently. Now 1,573 feedback. And guess what? All 100% positive. $196.50. Well under the retail price. Why is this? Let's continue to go on. And it really doesn't matter for the most part what character or what IP that you pull up. Let's go to Star Wars. And you can see right here, And another great seller. And this one, 992 feedback. Wow. Just 8 away from 1,000. $282 for a Boba Fett 2-pack. New. With 23 bids. Not including the extremely inexpensive $4.31 in shipping. Wow. And this is new. This is new. Why is this? Let's continue. Let's continue to go down. And we'll go outside of Star Wars. And we'll go to another figure here. And here's Hawk Wars again. And with King Shark from the Suicide Squad. $142.50 with 24 bids. A lot of demand. Looks like a lot of demand for all of these. Where's the amount of expendable income, though, from the collectors that are bidding on this, or from people that are just starting to collect? Not including the $32.20 in shipping. Let's continue. And let's look at some more. Here's Mando and the Blurg. And again, great seller. This one again. Brand new. $386 for this set. Are you kidding me, folks? What is this? $615? $386. What I'm showing you here should be able to answer the questions about how much stock are companies going to get of figures coming out in the future, of figures that are on pre-order. Are low stock warnings really for real? Are they pump fakes? Are the wait lists for real? Are they just going to come back? Let's continue. Let's continue to go on. I don't care what character or what it is. Here's another seller, and an outstanding seller. Gosh, with 23,441 feedback, 39 bids, and I think we all know who Tony Stark is. $167.50, and new. And new. Wow, wow, wow. Let's continue to go on. Let's bring up another one. And again, the same outstanding seller. And I think we all know who Black Widow is. And Scarlett Johansson. A figure that's in stock in many places. $160.50. Not including the near $25 in shipping. What in the world is going on? Let's go to a different figure. And we can go ahead and bring this one up. And here's an outstanding seller with 184 feedback. All 100% positive. And it's the Iron Man Origins diecast deluxe version. And couldn't even meet the reserve at $255 and the modest $16 in shipping. What is going on? And I want to be very clear because I've been talking about this for months and months and months. The economy is not great. Inflation is a reality. And again, for the most part, many people's incomes did not rise at the same level of inflation. Something has to give somewhere. And what was used in the past for expendable income may be being taken from that and being put into necessities. Being used for essentials. Which means figures like this, hobbies like this, anything that requires expendable income, vacations, go-karting, whatever it is, it's being affected by this volatile global economy. we can argue all day. This character is popular, more popular than that one. That one's more popular than here. I gave you a wide variety to show you that that's not the case. The case is right now is there's just not a whole lot of cash right now, which in turn means, is it possible that hundreds or thousands upon thousands of collectors are not diving into collectibles like Hot Toys right now that requires a few $100s for a new figure, or sometimes $400 or $500 or $600? Is it possible that they're not diving into it? And if they're not diving into it right now, why? And I say it's because there's just not enough extra juice out there, extra expendable income at this time, at this point in time, for many, many people to be able to dive in. So, you have to really take a look at that within the secondary market and within the primary market. Because now, when you go ahead and you take a look at what I've been showing you, and then you take a look at figures that are due to come out, not for months, but are already on waitlist, like this Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness. It's waitlisted. Is this real? Let's go to some more. Let's go to this Black Adam. And all the versions are waitlisted. Is this for real? Or is this a pump fake? Let's go ahead and go to more. Let's go ahead and go to this figure here. Let's go to this Loki figure. Pump fake? Or for real gone? Let's go to more. How about Jamie Foxx? Not supposed to come out till July to December. Pump fake? From the data I was just showing you? Or a new reality for collectors? Let's go ahead and go to Doc Ock. I don't care who the character is. I don't care what you think the popularity of the character is. I'm showing you what the reality is. Waitlist full. Let's continue to go to more. How about Valkyrie? Waitlist is full. Waitlist is full. What about Groot? Waitlist is full. So, are these pump fakes, or are they matching what you're seeing in the secondary market, such as with this that I showed you here on the screen, Tony Stark, such as with this, like I'm showing you here on the screen with Black Widow, or such as with this, as I'll show you on the screen with the Mandalorian and the Blurg. Because here's where I'm going with this. If stock is going to come in the way that it was, then eventually prices may be slashed down to what you're looking at here in the couple of years to come. So, and those figures I just flashed on the screen that are all on waitlist, it wasn't like we didn't have plenty of time as collectors to go ahead and pre-order these. On the contrary, we had months and months and months. Now, albeit less than what we've been used to, okay, like a year, and then in many cases 2 years, or sometimes over 2 years, where it's up for pre-order. So we have to adapt to change as collectors, because it appears that that is no longer going to be the way for Hot Toys any longer. But you're still getting anywhere between 4 to 8 months to be able to pre-order a figure. And again, and I've said this before, but it helps it sink in. Okay? Not 4 to 8 minutes, not 4 to 8 hours, not 4 to 8 days, not 4 to 8 weeks, which is pretty good right there. 4 to 8 months. Then it starts to go away, and that's it. And when you're doing that, you're starting to heal or adjust to the market the way that it is. We all know what happened with the Arena Suit Boba Fett, and I think that was a great experiment. We all know what happened with the Chrome, the Chrome Clone Trooper too, another great experiment. The Chrome Clone Trooper, nowhere near as high as the Arena Suit Boba Fett, still anywhere $30 to $50 higher than retail. Pretty good. Pretty good. Remember, there's only so many amount of collectors that are coming in new because of this economy. They're coming in, just not in droves. And there's only so much juice in the community as it is to squeeze. So because of that, you got to limit production. And that's exactly what they did with the Arena Suit Boba Fett. And exactly what they did with the Chrome Clone Trooper. And both of those figures are within the secondary market and are selling above their retail price. Not only is the Chrome Clone Trooper doing that, but the Arena Suit Boba Fett is more than double its retail price. And it's completely different now, bringing this up onto the screen. Here's your DX20 Ahsoka. And this is one of the lower prices that just went up on eBay. And of course, this seller sold 5 already at $359.95. Outstanding seller. 24,920 feedback. All 100% positive. And not including the $20 in shipping, so $380 with taxes, yes. $400, sure. For a DX20, yes. But still, here's the difference now. Now you're creating demand because this is already on waitlist. And you're going to see this with a lot of sellers. You're going to see these figures that hit waitlist before they come out, instead of it being sold within the secondary market for prices, put this back up to give you, instead of selling it for this price, okay, you getting the picture? It's a complete 180, because now you're going to be able to go ahead and sell it for this price. And you're going to start seeing a lot of that going on right now within the secondary market. Now, depending on the character, some of it will go high like the Arena Suit Boba Fett. Some of it's not going to go high. It's going to be almost at retail, like the Chrome Trooper. But the one thing it's not going to do, it's not going to sell for like what that Black Widow's selling for. Okay? Or what WandaVision Vision is selling for. Or what the 2-pack Boba Fett is selling for. Okay? Or what many of those Iron Mans in stock are selling for. Okay? Or for what Moff Gideon is selling for. It's not going to sell at those low prices because it's already on waitlist. However, you're going to get a lot of sellers that are going to scoop these up and are going to try and sell it like this, just like they did in the beginning for the Arena Suit Boba Fett. So remember with the Arena Suit Boba Fett, when that came out, it was selling for $850, $900. It started to come down and come down and come down because just about everybody who picked that sucker up was looking to just capitalize on it. Which I'm not saying is good or bad. It's fine. It's just that's the reality. Okay? So a lot of people picked up those figures that weren't interested in those figures. So it started to drop down. But once everybody who has the figure gets the figure, loves the figure, and wants the figure, like this Ahsoka, as far as the opportunity for it to become a grail, it is 1,000% going to skyrocket higher than many of those figures in the past. Quicker than many of those figures in the past. Quicker than what figures? Aries going with Star Wars, as we're talking about that. Quicker than Count Dooku. Quicker than the Emperor. Quicker than Director Krennic. Quicker than Darkside Anakin. Because there's just less and less and less of these. But right now you're in a time where you're just not having a whole lot of new collectors coming in. Not because of lack of interest, not because of lack of desire, but lack of enough coffee and enough cream for the coffee. Cheers again. Did I mention to go ahead and smash that like button? Please do so. I appreciate it. So, this is a new reality that we're in. I don't believe that there's any fakes with this. Do I believe that there'll be adjustments? There's been adjustments to the Hot Toys over the last few years. There's been 3 major adjustments. Is it possible over the next 3 years there'll be another 2 or 3 major adjustments? And I say we'll have to keep an eye on it, but it certainly wouldn't shock me. It certainly wouldn't shock me because I do really believe that the economy will start healing and that things will start being different. But I also believe that through these things, through these changes, people find new ways to live. People find new ways to work. Companies find new ways to work. Companies find new ways to operate. Everything happens that way. Look what happens when we came out of COVID. How many people are still working remotely, and it's not exactly going to go back because companies discovered, hey, we're spending a lot of time in the cars. We're spending 4 hours a day, sometimes 5 hours a day traveling. Well, we're finding that for a lot of people who work in offices, it's more productive for them to work remotely because they're not jonesing to get out of the office because they have to navigate traffic. They'll actually work an extra hour because they're sitting at home already. They're starting to see the benefits. Obviously for factories, plants, distribution centers, warehouses, stores, brick and mortar, places like that, of course you're always going to need that not to be remote. But for a lot of the other stuff, the world has changed. Because people find new ways to work. And you have to wonder, has Hot Toys found a new way to distribute and sell their action figures with Sideshow here in the US and Europe? And I say yes. And I think that that's what you're seeing. Absolutely. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what I think is going to hit waitlist next. Now, here's something that I have to bring up onto the screen because it happened out of nowhere. And our beloved DX27, at least beloved for me, this figure is now on waitlist. What are my thoughts on this? Well, I knew it was going to hit waitlist because every figure that is up on pre-order is eventually going to get the low stock warning and waitlist before it gets released. These ones that were announced anyway in 2022. Here's the thing with this one. I didn't see a low stock warning on here. If there was, because I check it daily, it was only up for less than 24 hours. Usually the low stock warnings are up. Gives us a little bit of time to be able to adjust to this. So is it possible that with this one, that I could see this one coming back into being available to pre-order? And I say absolutely, because I didn't see the low stock warning up there long. Now, I'm just telling you, keep an eye on this. Do I say that you should join the wait list? Yes, I sure did. I joined the wait list on here. Do I think with this one, unlike the Valkyrie, unlike the Black Adam, unlike the Doc Ock, unlike the Electro, unlike the Third Sister, unlike the Grand Inquisitor, that this one could come back? Yes. Because I didn't see the low stock warning, and maybe it was there. Maybe what do you tell me if it was up? If it was up for a little bit, I would be more inclined that this one would be gone. But either way, it's going to be gone before it becomes announced. And I've been forewarning about this. But right now, what I suggest you do, if you wanted this figure and you missed out on this figure, go ahead and join the waitlist on this figure. But this one wouldn't shock me. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. But what does this mean? What does this mean anyway? Whether it comes back, it wouldn't be up for long anyway, if it does. But what does this mean for the DX28? For the Darth Vader? Now, I want to bring that one up onto the screen and talk about that one, because every single one, as I bring up everything actually, best-selling wise for Star Wars here, on Sideshow.com. And actually, let's go ahead and have it just be Star Wars. Let's go ahead and put in Marvel. There we go. And let's put in DC Comics. There we go. All right, now you're seeing everything sorting out. And you can see the Dark Lord of the Sith and C-3PO, number 1 from the 40th. And you're seeing Bo-Katan, Luke, Spidey. There's that awesome Batman armory. There's the Mandalorian. There's 1989 Batman. There's the heavy infantry Mando, Paz. We're going to talk about that Spider-Man. We're going to talk about Toby MacGuire and the Andrew Garfield. But what about this here? What does that DX27 mean for the DX28? Well, I can tell you right now, the collector edition, right here as I pull that up onto the screen. It's giving it a second here to load. As you can see with the collector edition, it's on waitlist. Obviously, the exclusive edition on waitlist, the deluxe version on waitlist, all 3 of those versions on waitlist. Only the deluxe version left. I've been telling you for a little bit that this one, in very short order, is going to get a low stock warning. But maybe if that DX27 just went out, I would not sleep on this figure. I would absolutely not sleep on this figure. You need to be very, very conscious of this figure. Otherwise, you are going to be dealing with things like this. And I talked about this a few weeks ago in a video. This is exactly why following the market trends is so important. One of the reasons, anyway. And one of the reasons why following the waitlist is so important, especially if you're a collector like me, and I brought this up, and I got a huge response out of it, and thank you so much. There are a lot of collectors that put their NRD down, and that's how they manage their money, through the NRDs, with companies like Sideshow, and that's where they bank it and put it in. And I have a lot of friends who do that, and I actually think that's extremely sound, and maybe even more sound than the way I do it. It's not that one way is better than the other. My way is, I don't really do that, okay? I don't want to have my money sit for an NRD, for me personally. I may want to get something in a secondary market. I may need to rob Peter to pay Paul, so I don't want the money tied up, and I don't want to have to cancel an NRD and not be able to. So for me, I need to pay attention to when a low stock warning appears, or when I feel, watching channel like this, a figure is going to go on waitlist. When is that 4-month to 6-month range coming? Okay, it's over 6 months. It's not going to go much longer. It's going to go 7 to 8. I really want that figure. I need to put the money down. Otherwise, I got to deal with this. And I just don't have the extra money. If I want to buy this, I want to get a Chirrut Imwe non-deluxe. Okay? I want to go ahead and try and get a Matrix Neo figure in the secondary market. I sure as heck don't want to pay for a figure that just came out in Hong Kong for this price. So that's why I pay attention, and that's why it's so important. It's just very, very important. There's certain figures like I'm keeping an eye on. That Wolverine. I want to get the Wolverine from Days of Future Past, but the one is waitlisted, and the other one is almost gone. And all areas, why don't you have your NRD on that? Well, a lot of people do, and a lot of people should do that. I've got NRDs down. I've got I've got NRDs down, but on the ones that have the warnings and have the warnings, and I got to put an NRD on this. But I'm not going to put it on as soon as it comes out because I just don't got, for me, the way I collect, the extra money to put 20 here or 30 here. So, again, it's so very important for collectors who kind of roll like I do or have to do it like I do to know, hey, what's going on here. Like with this figure. Pulling this up, onto the screen. And, you could see, right here that every version of this figure is waitlisted. And now the more expensive one at $330 has a low stock remaining. And I got to put my NRD down on this because I really do want this. I've decided I do. So I'll be putting it down on this figure. Where otherwise, because I don't put it down on every figure, I wouldn't be. But it's important for me to see that. Because I'm seeing that this is the new way. This is the new way of the way to collect now. I have got to adjust because what I'm going to pull up here is for real. The wait list is full on Ahsoka Tano. You see it right there on the screen. You're looking right at it. And there's a figure for me, I absolutely want. And then otherwise I got to deal with this. And I don't want to. But that, my friends, is what I see happening right now. All right, let's go. Not every figure that is in stock. Some of them, a couple of them, a few of them are selling pretty decently in the secondary market. The Dark Suit Superman, Nightmare Batman, selling pretty good. This figure right here, pulling this up onto the screen, is selling pretty good. And The Mandalorian is just hot. And a lot of anticipation with the Ahsoka series. A lot of anticipation for maybe some other announcements coming from Disney in regards to Disney Plus content with Star Wars that they're holding back for May 4th. They didn't dispel it all at Celebration a couple of weeks ago. But I mean, looky here. And you can get this in stock. And, data doesn't lie. Very high demand right now. A lot of talk on The Mandalorian. Actually, when you look at channels like Star Wars Meg or even Mike Zero that are way outside of our community and our sphere, that encapsulate more of a general public view, a lot of positivity on The Mandalorian Season 3. I mean, for goodness sake, ladies and gentlemen, it's a TV show. It's not a cinematic event. And the way that they ended The Mandalorian Season 3, in my opinion anyway, shows that they're committed to not only Season 4, but probably 7 to 9 seasons of this particular episode, of this particular thing, and many, many spin-offs and that type of thing. And if you watched shows like Walker, Texas Ranger, for years, and other shows that have many, many seasons, one season's going to be here, there. If you watch Smallville, You can say whatever you want. They had 10 seasons on there. Maybe 3 was better than 5. Maybe 8 was better than 4. It didn't hurt Smallville at all. People are going to watch Smallville. People are going to watch Walker, Texas Ranger. People are going to watch, The Mandalorian. I mean, look at Bo-Katan here. I mean, goodness gracious. $305. This is not indicative of a show that I'm just saying, Mandalorian is, Star Wars is just so hot, and I will say this, and pulling this up on a screen, I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow, not on 6 Scale Raw, but we will have 6 Scale Raw tomorrow, because what you gonna do when the Dark Jedi goes 6 Scale Raw on you? You're gonna tune in a little early, 15 minutes early, because 6 Scale Raw tomorrow will begin at 8 p.m. versus 8:15. You don't want to miss that. Everything about 6 Scale Raw, baby, is going to be focused on. Let me pull up 6scalecantina.com, because you can go ahead and ring that little bell or go onto this little video here that you see at 6 Scale Cantina. But there you go. There's the banner for tomorrow's show. May 4th predictions. Hot Toys Fire. Are you kidding me? It's going to be epic tomorrow. But I'm starting it a little early because we're going to end 6 Scale Raw a little early. I'm going to be ending it at 9:55 sharp, because I'm going to be jumping on my friend Lael, 1/6 Scale Man show, at 10 p.m. tomorrow. And we're going to talk a lot about Star Wars. We're going to talk about Rey. We're going to talk about Bo-Katan. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff with Star Wars coming in tomorrow on a very, very special show on the 1/6 Scale. So don't forget, tomorrow's going to be hot. 6 Scale Raw kicks it off 8 p.m., 6 Scale Cantina. And at 10 p.m., we're going to be going to the 1/6 Scale Man. You're not going to want to miss that. For sure. But yeah, I mean, May 4th, Emperor with that smirk while he's being electrocuted, being held up by Darth Vader. I'd say we're going to get another one. Battle damage on Luke. Yeah, we don't talk about all the battle damage on Luke when he's taking his father's helmet off, but it's quite substantial, and his outfit's very like someone took chalk and put all kinds of stuff on it. Rolling eyes function. Just saying. And Ares, Leia, and all I'm going to tell you on Leia is this, baby. All I'm going to tell you to Leia is on this. First of all you have to do, besides believe, all you have to do is just go to, StarWars.com. Star Wars themselves, Disney. And look up Return of the Jedi right now. And, the proof's in the pudding, baby. And just go right to what's front and center on Return of the Jedi. And here it is. And let me just leave it at that. Not possible? I don't know. Disney's doing it. Don't want to miss my live episode of 6 Scale Raw tomorrow for sure. I'm speaking of 6scalecantina.com. Let's go ahead and take a look at the biggest movers this week. FYI, if you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you just may want to consider doing so. It has all your latest information on everything Hot Toys, everything secondary market-wise. It is an absolutely fabulous, fabulous website. But when you go to the biggest mover section for Star Wars and pulling this up on here, you can see that this is updated. Looky right here. You've got the DX22 and 23, which is just starting to come out now. Of course, the DX20 and 21. Waitlisted already. Rey and Dio on fire. Imperial Disguise Jin on fire. On fire. Boba Fett 40th. Really moving up. Commander Cody on fire. Darth Vader 40th. Really moving up. Arena Suit, forget about it. And if you go to the market chart for Star Wars, again, 6 scale Cantina, everything secondary market news on all Star Wars Hot Toys figures, all the biggest movers for a week, all the biggest downtrenders for a week, whether they're moving up or they're moving down. You've got the market value chart for Star Wars that's up here, and you can go to that tab and you can click on that current value column twice. And when you do, you get the highest ranked to the lowest ranked figures. You can see up there right now that still for Star Wars, the highest valued set is the Snowtroopers from Battlefront at $1,053 right now. Then Han and Chewbacca from A New Hope averaging $1,020. Tarkin and Vader $1,012. Then Anakin Darkside at number 4 at $803. And of course the Stormtroopers Jedha Patrol 2-pack from Rogue One, $757. Rounding out number 5. You can go through this and have some fun. You could also type in whatever figure you want, like Rey, and then everything Rey will come up. And you can see right here on the screen, since we were talking about her, that Rey and Dia now $370 and trending up. My goodness, you could put in 40th, and just typing that in, you'll get everything 40th up there. And you can see this coming up on the screen, and you got Boba Fett Empire Strikes Back Deluxe 40th, $352 and rising, and now Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back 40th, $338 and rising. You can type in Cody right in this box, and you can see $412 in steady. But I could tell you right now that that will be having an arrow coming up this week, because it is trending above that, and he is absolutely insane right now how high Cody is going. I've got data after data, and I'm going to pull in a low one right here, but with $42 shipping, $42.36 in shipping, $425 with 23 bids. Absolutely insane when it comes to Commander Cody. It's just crazy right now. I could pull this up on the screen for you as well. And you can see, pulling this up onto the screen, some of your regular Grail figures. How are they doing? See this from Hawk Wars Toys again. $550, and that was a deal. Hawk Wars gets a lot of these Grail type figures, and sometimes you can get a deal. No best offer on this, I wouldn't think so, because $550 is a pretty good price. Regular Grail figures, even in this economy, no problem selling. There's that DX13 Terminator, battle damaged, outstanding seller, 151 feedback, all 100% positive. $590, best offer accepted. Jeez, $31.39 in shipping. Grails are the Grails, my friend. Just saying. Grails are the Grails. And this figure continues to stay hot. The DX11 from Hot Toys Joker. And you do have to wonder, and I pointed this out last week, but I mean, you're talking about over $500 for this, and you got the InArt one, which you can get with the regular hair at around $500. But is Hot Toys, with all that you see another Batman last week with the armory and the rolling eyes function. That set looks amazing, but are we going to get a Joker since they're putting all this out? And I say, absolutely. It's going to be real interesting to keep an eye on all these Jokers. Dare I say, Jokers. Wild, baby. My goodness gracious. And, Emperor Palpatine, $682 US, not including the $44.31 31 cents in shipping US. Are we going to be getting another Emperor for the 40th? Again, you're not going to want to miss the 6 scale Raw tomorrow. You're just not going to want to go ahead and miss that. And don't forget, folks, pulling this back up onto the screen. If you like what you heard here today, and you've been thinking about joining the channel, all you got to do is just go to 6scalecantina.com, and I have some previews here for you. Now, you could also just hit the little join button, see everything that it comes with. If you think you can benefit from joining my channel, please do so. However, you could go to 6scalecantina.com as well. First of all, here's the latest episode I have up here. I'm going to kind of blow this up on the screen in a series. I put out last week, Buyers Beware, how to not get taken to the cleaners, from buying a figure from the wrong buyer on eBay. And now I put up a second one in the series, how not to get screwed as a seller on eBay. I've got many, many years of experience on this. It's an absolutely fabulous series. Again, all you got to do is just click on the little join button. If you join today, not only will it be cheaper than a dozen eggs, and it's only one tier for the membership, but you can watch this video on here. I do crazy fracking unboxings, and you can get a preview on that. Look at this one right here. Just a couple weeks ago, I put this up, Superman MMS 152, and this one is a preview. So any of you watching this right now, it's not a member, you can go on my channel and check this video out. I do picture-in-picture, sometimes split-screen views. I do a crazy fracking unboxing and reviews on here. This one's absolutely awesome. If you want a little bit of taste of what you can get, you can go ahead to 6scalecantina.com. If you decide to join, I do very much appreciate your support. What's coming up, besides another series on how to sell or how to buy on eBay and platforms like that, you're going to be seeing my unboxing of the DX19 Crazy Fracking Unboxing coming exclusively for channel members. You're also going to be seeing my unboxing of this right here. Okay. The Mark 47. Okay. From Spider-Man Homecoming. So you're not going to want to miss that. And then, of course, I'm going to be doing my unboxing. Just got in the chrome plated Mandalorian from Ray at Hawk Toys, so you're not going to want to miss that. So, again, if you want to join, do appreciate it. Don't forget 6 scale Raw tomorrow. That's it. That's all I got. I don't always buy coffee out. Or shall I say spill coffee. But when I do, I spill it right here at 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.